My name is Benjamin Fuller. I'm the head athletic trainer here at Azusa Pacific, and the sports medicine program, I oversee that as the head athletic trainer. It is where our athletes come to make sure that they can stay healthy. We prevent injuries, we take care of injuries that happen and occur during participation in their athletics, and overall just try to make sure that we're maintaining a safe and healthy environment for our athletes on a day-to-day basis. From a sports medicine standpoint, we really try to evaluate and look at not just how we can treat the injuries at the begin or once it happens, but we want to go through a process to where we can identify things that might end up leading towards where they may potentially have a deficit that could lead to an injury, and try to prevent that ahead of time. We do a lot of functional movement stuff. So when someone comes in with pain or soreness or injuries, we won't just say, okay, you rolled your ankle and we're going to try to treat that. We'll obviously do that in those situations, but if somebody comes in and they've rolled their ankle, we kind of initially treat that and figure out what's going on, but then we may, as we go through the rehab, look at their functional movement and see if there's things that have led to a negative opportunity for them to injure themselves in that way, and try to help evaluate that and get them back so that they don't re-injure it again later on, and have chronic kind of continued issues beyond after that initial injury. So those are things that we really want to focus on and have as our goals in the sports medicine clinic. So we have two sports medicine clinics, one on East Campus and one on West Campus. Our West Campus will service, that's where our offices are, and that's where we'll have all of our morning treatments. And then that will service our men's and women's basketball teams, our swimming team, our water polo. That'll also service men's and women's soccer, tennis, softball and volleyball, and then also our acrobatics and tumbling. Then our East Campus is where we'll have football, and then baseball will be over there, and track and field will be serviced out of there. Cross country will do, East Campus during their track season, but then they'll be on the West Campus during their cross country season. Part of my role as the head athletic trainer, I oversee the department, and so with that, I have some other staff member that help me. So I take care of the men's and women's basketball teams, but I have some other staff and they help with the other sports. So we have someone that's dedicated with our football team, dedicated with our men's soccer team or women's soccer team. We each have our own roles, but we also work in conjunction together and collaborate together. So that's another added kind of benefit of our staff and how we can work together, collaborate together. We also collaborate a lot with outside resources. We have a team physician that we work with. We have a team orthopedic physician that we work with. Both of them come on campus occasionally if we need to see athletes. We have a physical therapist that we work with. So we have a lot of collaboration and other staff that we can work with. So my journey to come to APU started it started when I was in grad school. I was at Syracuse University working primarily with their football team as a grad assistant, and then getting my master's degree. And near the end of that time, as I was kind of finishing up, I started considering where I wanted to go, what kind of full-time position I wanted to be in. And I knew that I had some desire. I wanted to be at the college level. I had kind of a desire to not be at a large D1 institution. I wanted to be more at a smaller D2 or smaller D1 school to be able to have a little more intimacy, a little more relationship, a little bit less of the political or financial aspects of some of the bigger schools that can come into play. And so I was going through that process, looking at jobs, job openings, and came across the posting for the Azusa Pacific position. Really didn't have too much knowledge of Azusa Pacific other than that it was in Southern California. I grew up in Northern California, so being in New York, Southern California was still a lot closer than where I was. And I knew that it was a Christian university, and that kind of had some intrigue to me. I talked to my boss at the time who was at Syracuse, and he happened to be on a committee with the boss that I had, or who was going to be hiring me at the time. and they were able to make a connection, and I found out a little bit more. And so, it intrigued me from those standpoints, and so I decided to apply and look into it. Came out for an interview, found out more about the school. Some of the aspects that intrigued me initially in my interview are what have kept me here. The fact that it's a Christ-like university, a Christ-centered university, that the athletics department has a God-honoring excellence mantra, or wanting to really be excellent in what we do, but at the same time making sure we're honoring God in that. And the success of the athletics, not just being, okay, we're a Christian school and we have an athletics program, but we really want to have success and we want to do things the right way. We want to perform well. We want to go in that excellent way. So those are some of the aspects that intrigued me initially. Those are things that have kind of continued to be a part of the program and what has kept me here, as well as just the interaction that I've had with the coaches, the athletes, those relationships that we've developed have just made it a valuable experience and a valuable place for me to work and enjoy working. I think the most rewarding aspects of my job are being able to see athletes succeed, whether that's succeeding on the court or in their sport, whether that's helping them to succeed through a rehab, helping them succeed through whatever challenges are going on in their life. We don't only treat the physical part of the body, we also try to be conscious and help through some of the other aspects of that. You can have the mental side of it, the spiritual side of it, and so helping and seeing athletes succeed, getting through some of those aspects that they might be struggling with, or if it's just succeeding in the fact of graduating and getting through their classes, and so I think those are all very rewarding aspects of my job, seeing them kind of succeed through a challenge, and that's something that I've enjoyed about my job initially, is having a problem and succeeding through that problem, and I like to instill that and see that in athletes as well.